Growing up, my dad was my hero. He was a source of guidance, of companionship, of fun, of endless empathy. In so many ways, he was my best friend. And all of this held true when I would watch him come home belligerently drunk, when I would watch him attack my mom, when I would stand in between him and the police. I still held in my heart this image of my father as my hero. And so when my mom divorced my dad when I was 7, I couldn't understand. I thought that she was being selfish. I thought that she had said she was too important to deal with an alcoholic, that she was too important to deal with my father. And I was angry. And I think I was angry for a long time. Up until this past year, I had just gotten to college. I was a wide-eyed freshman. I was joining clubs, meeting friends. I was going to class, skipping class. I was having these incredible, expansive social and personal experiences. And the whole time, my father was relapsing. And I remember this one day. It had been a really good day. And I was walking out of a club meeting, and I got a call from my dad, and I had been screening his calls. I hadn't been answering. But I had a really great day, and so I answered the phone, and I remember saying, "Hey, Dad." And he said, "Goodbye." I said, "Dad, what are you talking about? I just answered the phone." He said, "Goodbye, I'm killing myself tonight." And in that moment, I was frozen. I was frozen. And I don't know how anyone knows what to do in that instance. I don't know how any 18-year-old is supposed to know what to do when their father says they're going to kill themselves, and I felt lost. And then I felt myself snap back into my body. And I felt the sense of urgency. I told myself that if I didn't do anything, if I let my father kill himself tonight, if I didn't stand in the way of that happening, that I would hold myself endlessly responsible, and I couldn't do that. And so I called my friend, and he drove me to the hotel where my dad was staying. And I remember walking into this room and seeing my father passed out drunk on the ground, and I remember what it felt like to try and peel him off the ground and wake him up, and I told him, I said, "Dad, you can't do this to yourself. You can't do this to Ethan. You can't do this to my mom. And you can't do this to me. We love you. We care about you." And sometimes when you're talking to someone, you can see them looking straight past you. And he wasn't listening to a word I was saying, and he just kept on saying after everything, "As soon as you leave, I'm going to kill myself." And I did something I never thought I would do that night. Growing up, my father was a felon. The police were the thing that we could never talk about, let alone reference. And that night, I called the police on my father. And the first legal document I signed as an adult was committing him. And out of all that, and out of all that I've experienced with my father's alcoholism, I've learned more than anything a deep gratitude to my mother for divorcing him all those years ago, for practicing the healthiest form of selfishness I have ever known, for showing me what it looks like to secure your own mask before assisting others, that sometimes and quite often you have to take care of yourself first. And for that, Mom, I am eternally in debt.